they were as high as a 5 seed, according to some folks, and certainly the injuries really have been the key theme for them in this last 3.5 weeks.
Here's McMurray for SMU. Over to Ben Melagoo. And the scoring is started by the Mustangs tonight. Melagoo, who's a senior, and it's only him and Jimmy Witt, the only players to start and play in all 27 games this year for SMU.
I love what he does. He's everything that's right about college athletics and what a good teammate and a leader should be. Talking about Ben Melagoo. Jankovic and staff really just rave about this young man.
Melagoo again. Starting lineup too for the Mustangs looks drastically different than it did when the season started. That's for sure. 3 guys that probably normally would be in there, not right now for them.
And SMU comes out in a matchup zone, and obviously with all the injuries, they just don't have the depth, so they're trying to keep guys fresh and rested, and particularly keep them out of foul trouble.
Fleming works his. It was Akoy Agau that took the charge that time for the Mustangs.
Well, we've seen now on 2 straight possessions, SMU has gotten to Melagoo isolated on the wing. Let's see if they go back to him.
Melagoo, and that's an offensive. Nice job.
Again, we've seen another nice defensive play this time, though, by ECU.
Pirates will work it around, look for the outside shot, which they do right there. Williams, no good. Here's Elijah Landrum who brings it over, now for Witt. McMurray in the step back over Williams, rebound Fleming. Say Fleming was as of late.
Yeah, and really credit to the change, and it's allowed him to be a little bit more free to get on the defensive and offensive glass. But turnovers, like that's going to be a thing we're going to be talking about tonight. ECU needs to cut down on the turnovers and giving up those possessions.
Witt to the hole. Follows his own shot. Kicks it for a Melagoo for 3. And
we weren't able to get it to go. On this side right here, Mike, I think zone offense is going to be key for ECU. You have to attack that zone. I think you got to get the ball to that high post area or the short corner and try to get some dribble penetration.
Well, they got Jackson at the high post right now. Here's a 3 from Tyson. And out of bounds.
In the shot clock without any ball movement, and that's the reason why you play zone, to try to force those outside jumpers. Right now, ECU needs to settle down on offense and try to get better looks against that zone.
On Sunday versus UConn, ECU was 5 for their first 5 shots from 3-point range. Really, we're feeling it early. And speaking of,
came into this game shooting 23% from beyond the arc in league play. So that's definitely a bonus if you're SMU, him knocking down shots, but he was wide open, nobody near him on the 3-point line.
Jackson is called for traveling.
High post area, and they got a cutter going on the back end, but that's when you got to just try to go up strong. You don't want to travel and shuffle your feet right there.
Second best in the American for SMU in forcing turnovers per game this season. Witt on the stutter step runner, and the Mustangs lead it 9-0.
SMU is extending, giving a little 3-quarter court pressure, and then they're dropping back into that matchup zone.
Fleming misses a 3. Rebound pulled home by Ethan Shagwa. Here's a 3. Shagwa, no. Rebound, Witt. Melagoo one-on-one and finishes again for the game tonight. The leading scorer for SMU is a broken right hand, the shooting hand, trying to work his way back. And they're saying that possibly by tournament time for the American Conference tournament in Orlando, he could be playing.
Yeah, and there's a completely different team without him in the lineup. Shake Milton, for me, is one of the better guards, not just in the American, but in the country. Does so much for them. And It makes it easier for the other guys. Is to the leadership. Both him and Ben and Meligo, those guys provide that leadership for this SMU club.
Shot clock is inside 10. Witt works over Fleming. And here comes Tyson. Fleming inside. Spazievich. And there they go. Finally, ECU on the board.
And that's much better attacking that time by ECU, not settling for a jump shot.
Fleming for Tyson on the floater. It's too strong. Offensive rebound. Jackson got it knocked away. Back.
Yeah, they obviously want and need his production in the lineup.
ECU is just 1 for 8 from the field to start here in the first 6 minutes. Barkley, and will draw the foul. So see if Marvin Bagley III is back for this one. Both games on ESPN and the ESPN app as well. Love all the upsets we're seeing this year in college basketball, right? It's so fun to watch.
And it's that time of the year as we get closer to March Madness. And every game counts, and certainly you're right. Part of that is the upsets.
Getting an offensive foul.
Versus URI, but certainly these teams now, every game counts. You know, you can ill afford to have any hiccups along the way as you get closer to conference tournament play.
And that win by St. Bonaventure on Friday night over number 16 Rhode Island has helped their cause to be in the conversation right now. They needed that win. As Barkley puts up a long 2. Rebound by Witt. That stopped the nation's longest win streak there for Rhode Island at 16 games the other night.
Well, Danny Hurley doing a great job with that Rhode Island program.
Chagua, foul. Team that's definitely in the NCAA tournament to now almost feel like there's no way unless you win the American Athletic Conference Championship in Orlando.
At least try to give you some minutes in practice. They've not had enough guys to practice, let alone play in a full game. So, you know, really a difficult situation that he's navigating through right now. And, you know, again, certainly the injuries have played a huge piece in their season.
Williams has been outstanding as of late for ECU as they've now hit a three-pointer in 809 straight games. Williams makes it a 12-6 ball game. Pirates trying to make a comeback here.
Yeah, that's a breakdown by SMU. He's the one guy you must find on the three-point line. He's over 40% in league play from beyond the arc.
Watley cleans up the mess. Tyson's pass deflected out back at home. They were 38-1 under his leadership at home. Of course, you run up against a Cincinnati team when you're injured. Look out.
Yeah, the way they get after you on the defensive side, they're going to make it really difficult for you, whether you're full strength, but certainly if you're not at full strength, that's a tough task.
McMurray got it to Witt, and he hits it.
Finish after taking a hit.
There's Fleming. Tyson, good look for 3. McMurray. Nice relocation by McMurray, and he drains a three-pointer. They just seem to be moving the ball much better on the offensive end right now.
And they're playing unselfish. I mean, those are nice looks. They're all finding guys, and then a poor closeout by ECU, and they're having their way on the offensive side.
Williams got it knocked away from behind. Meligo into the corner. McMurray again. Another great look for 3. And Coach Berry has to do it on McMurray. And that's what ECU is going to do. They're going to fire up shots from deep. They're just not hitting them tonight. 1 for 8 from three-point range. drastically different than on Sunday versus UConn. And here's a three from Agau, and he hits it.
Well, Mike, you see the difference on how both teams are running their offense right now. SMU is getting open looks off of ball movement and dribble penetration. Right now, ECU's got to do a better job of figuring out how to attack this zone by SMU.
Watley, and rebound and pull home by William Douglas. I was going to say, what can you do when Agau, who shoots 1 for 8 from three-point range all season, drains that last three?
Well, I think, look, you're going to live with that. As you said, he's not known as a three-point shooter. I think, though, the bigger issue is he's wide open. He's basically sitting out there with 5 to 6 seconds where he could just tee it up.
Melgu called traveling. ECU's already burned through 2 of their timeouts. Down big here, 24-6. What do you want to see here? Anything differently on this offensive set besides, these three-point shots right now? They're not falling for that.
Well, I think the biggest thing is you have to get some ball penetration or get the ball to that short corner area to try to loosen the zone up.
That's better. Watley, though, he's got to finish. Tipped around. McMurray has it for SMU. Even they do get it inside, they're not catching any breaks.
And then the other piece, they got to get some stops and try to get out in transition.
Tyson battling with it with Douglas.
Yeah, they have. And right now for ECU, what can you do? Well, it's going to start on the defensive end. Right now, it's too easy for SMU getting open looks. They got to do a better job contesting and trying to get out in transition. That's where they play their best ball, ECU.
SMU's on a 13-1 run here over the last 4 minutes. Give and go, Witt. Nice feed from Agau.
It's a clinic. Right now, you just saw it. Go down low. If they double, give it up. They're all being unselfish. They're getting high-quality looks, whether it's open threes or cutters going to the basket. Williams
with Fleming. Good look for three this time, and he hits it. He needed that.
That's nice ball movement right there. Again, off of dribble penetration, get the defense moving, and kick it out to a wide open three. You'll live with that if you're ECU.
You mentioned Fleming at the start. 2 triple-doubles in the last 4 games. 13 points, 10 boards, 10 assists on Sunday versus UConn. McMurray. He might have pinned it against his body there for a second, but he was able to get the basket 28-9.
I said at the tip, he is more than capable of going for big numbers as ECU starting to heat up from beyond the arc. But on this end right here, they're going to have to get some stops. You don't want to trade buckets with SMU.
There's a three by KJ Davis. They're finally starting to hit a couple here after going 1 for their first 8. They've hit their last 2 threes as McMurray misses on the step back. Rebound Barkley on the run. Kentrell Barkley, and that is going to be a blocking for that one. See if Marvin Bagley's back in the lineup. ESPN, the ESPN app, all that and more coming up on Saturday. College basketball. So it's Barkley at the free throw line for ECU, trying to inch their way back, and 1 of 2 as they still trail it by 15. This kind of tells the story here. This stat, Malcolm. SMU 14 points in the paint, ECU with 2.
It tells you really the story of this first half thus far. How easy it's been for SMU.
Bad pass from Langford.
SMU's using this 3/4 court pressure to just slow them down, and then they're dropping back into that zone, and another turnover.
Fleming trying to do everything that time.
You touched on this earlier. Everybody's been involved for SMU. You have 6 players that have scored thus far in the first half.
Melgu And they're also getting all the bounces, too.
Yeah, and they're led by this guy, the leader right now for SMU. And the guy last year, 6th man of the year in the American. And rare that you find a player so unselfish that they asked to come off the bench, and that's what he did last year for SMU. Really just a great story, and again, the staff, they just rave about his leadership and also unselfishness.
KJ Davis had a
grown man move using his strong body and a nice little floater to finish.
transfer out of Virginia Tech. He's been the most consistent player for them this season as Davis misses. Here is McMurray. Stripped from behind. And then McMurray's called for the foul.
A little bit more of ECU.
The one thing we're seeing this year, Malcolm, and maybe in the last couple of years, is that if you're out of control, it doesn't matter sometimes whether the defender is moving or not. They're going to be calling those offensive fouls, and I think it's the right call, and the officials have done a nice job of it.
Jump stop jumpers is one of the first things you should learn as a player, how to dribble as fast as you can and then stop on the dime to come under control. And you're seeing a lot of that now in this game. Guys are doing a nice job stepping in, taking charges on guys that are out of control.
Douglas, the only one that hasn't scored so far yet for SMU. Let's see in action tonight. Shot clock inside 10. McMurray looking for his 10th point. There's Douglas on the touch. No Melagu, now Agau. Foul, basket counts.
Better opportunity.
All from point blank range right there too.
Yeah, that's beautiful interior passing and unselfish. You know, again, before all the injuries, I had a game earlier on in the year with SMU when they were rolling. They had 5 players averaging double digits. And that tells me one thing only, which is you have some talented guys, but you also have guys that are playing as one, as a unit, and unselfish.
Now they've lost the last 5 in a row. Look at SMU. They've lost 6 of the last 7. In between that stretch, their only win came versus ECU at home, and they blew them out. And well on their way to trying to do the same thing again here tonight.
And right now, again, zone offense, that's going to be key for ECU throughout this game. Too much really floating the ball around. Try to get the ball to that high post area.
Barkley. That's an offensive. We'll go back to that first.
Defender got beat.
Douglas for 3. Rebound Barkley. Williams going to draw the foul on a wild runner. Now on this one.
Well, credit SMU. They're doing a couple of things. The zone really has impacted ECU. They've been compact in it, and I think offensively they've been so efficient where they haven't allowed ECU to get out in transition and get those easy transition buckets that they like to do.
Rookie of the week in the American there for Williams, as you saw over the last 9 games, over 20 points a ball game for him, and boy, they're excited about him for the future. Redshirt freshman out of Little Rock, Arkansas, 26 points last game. Never came out at all, played the entire game. And a close 4-point loss at home here to UConn.
He was on fire from beyond the arc, 7 of 13 from the 3-point line in that game as well. So I'm going to echo what you said, future.
Now,
how about James Harden? The numbers that he is putting up. Man, talk about a matchup nightmare.
NBA's been fun to watch this year.
It really has, and it's going to be interesting to see if Houston can knock off Golden State.
Here's Landrum, puts up a 3 for SMU and continues the separation back to a 20-point lead now for the Mustangs. Here's Williams, likes that corner spot for 3, instead back out to Tyson. Fleming a long 3, that's good, and he responds. Six points for Fleming.
Well, they continue to trade buckets, but I think it's going to start with them on the defensive end. And obviously Landrum, we talked about, he came into this game for SMU shooting 23% from beyond the arc. Here's another one for him to go, and he's just on fire right now from beyond the arc. And In league play, he struggled up until tonight.
No, you're right, Huck. I mean, they're just kind of trading baskets right now. It's not going to get it done. Easy basket here for Haruna for ECU. You'd think they've got to try to get this in the single digits if possible before the half to kind of feel good about yourselves going into the locker room.
Yeah, and right now, though, the way that SMU is executing, they had to go to zone because right now, man-to-man, SMU was picking them apart.
Melgu to Douglas. He got free, and he hits a three, and now everyone's in the scoring column for SMU tonight.
And ECU's trying to figure it out defensively. They started off a man, that didn't work. The zone right now is not working either. Great patience and offense by SMU.
Fleming, runner for two. 2 minutes to go, first half. Chagua. Landrum some perfect shooting from the field, all from three-point range, 3 for 3 tonight. His first miss. It's a lot of guys standing around the offensive end.
Not much ball movement, and you're right. Too many guys standing around.
Calls his own shot and he's fouled. He'll get free throws here, and I think tournament as well. And 1 minute 12 seconds to go. Here is ECU and Fleming. Five of 8 at the free throw line tonight. It's got to feel good for the Mustangs, the team that's lost 5 in a row, 6 of the last 7, to get off to this hot start here tonight, Malcolm.
I think it's the way they've done it. You know, it's been a team effort on both ends, how they've been able to get this big lead.
Well, there's finally the defensive play that you've been asking for here for ECU to make something happen, but they can't convert to the offensive end. Five and a half second differential shot clock and game clock here as Landrum controls it. Got it by Tyson. 5 to shoot. Chagua. Landrum's not going to get it off.
Certainly a lot more of that, though, when they come out in the second.
Yeah, they had a block previously, and then that one forcing a shot clock violation. Barkley for 3 at a buzzer, no, and that's how the half will end.
Certainly is going to be another key theme for ECU in the second half.
55% of the field, 64% from 3, and season low shooting for ECU, 28% in that first half. And that's against one of the best defensive teams in the country, too. I mean, they are 8th best in the nation in opponent's field goal percentage. Landrum. Missing on the 3, Fleming the rebound for ECU to get things started in this second half. Williams for 3.
Mike, I think the first 5 minutes of this second half is going to be huge for ECU. See if they can start calling back into this game.
Well, it's going to tell us whether they're in it here to try to make a run and make a comeback tonight, or is it going to be all SMU. Here's Williams. Takes it in strong. Foul is called.
The first thing, you want to stop ball penetration. Nice job, again, stepping in, taking a charge.
I mean, that's the one thing that SMU has not lost this season is their defensive intensity. Yeah, they may have only scored 37 the other night. They only give up 52, though. You know what I mean? In the season, I think that Tim Jankovic thought he was going to have all year.
And that's why I think they still are a dangerous team. Obviously, short-handed with the injuries, but again, another steal.
One of those, so it's just a regular foul, and we play on. Witt. Melgu. So strong, too, on that take. Couldn't finish, though. Rebound, Pirates. Fleming a step back three. Got a good look. Akoy Agau fighting hard, using the glass. That time over Spazievich.
Agau's really giving them nice production. Defensively, you've seen him step in and take charges. Right there, that's a nice little low post back to the basket move.
Get it down low here to Aaron Jackson. And it's a nice little mid-range jumper.
SMU continues to be patient on offense. They're running a lot of clock, and then they're getting to the person they want to isolate.
Be a foul on Spazievich. That's his first. I feel like SMU offensively has spread it out very well because they've scored 20-plus points in the paint, and they've hit a bunch of threes, and they've also been in a very good percentage, too. And that's because
we don't have enough bodies. And right now you have the guys out there, the ball's moving. And you're right there, spreading it out.
Tyson, 3 for 3, got it. That's the combination there. Williams and Tyson, they're great friends. They work well together, and it proves it there on that one.
And his mom, Patricia Robinson, I know will be happy about that one. This young man, she's battling stomach cancer in remission right now, and the coaches just talk about his leadership and just rave about what he has brought to the table for ECU.
Right here by Barkley, and he couldn't corral it as he went down as McMurray comes up with it, and the shot clock goes off. Next thing you know, you're in single digits, and ECU has made some comebacks this season.
Yeah, and the energy in this building now is starting to pick up, and it all starts with their defense.
But you got to spring back-to-back defensive possessions together, which they haven't done much in this game. Fleming. The ball was...
Mike, they've been doing a better job, though, attacking this zone to start this second half.
Fleming! Agau go out. And it's a 13-point game here with 4 minutes gone by in the second half. And the Pirates hanging there on D, and they do it. Jackson is fouled. And that is Ethan Shagwa. That's his second.
That he is going to be in. And right now, his team getting back into this game just like that. They're only down 13.
Well, the ball is taken away from Barkley. Landrum cleans up the McMurray miss.
There's the 12th point off the turnovers for SMU. That really has been the Achilles heel for ECU.
Barkley, tough shot, had to get altered there by Jaguars defense. Witt kicks it, Landrum. And Landrum is fouled by KJ. The second half, they went on a 7-0 run, now they're down 15.
It's just been inconsistent, as you talked about it, trying to string together multiple defensive stops. That has been the issue for them.
Jaguar trying to split by Jackson. Good extra pass. It's McMurray for a wide open three.
Mike, if you want to run a tape and a clip of how to play unselfish basketball, run that last clip right there. The ball went inside, outside, left to right. Unselfish plays all around, and the result, a wide open three for Jamal McMurray. That's beautiful basketball right there by SMU.
Now you said it, they were putting on a clinic. Here's Davis for three, that's no good. Rebound McMurray. It's back to an 18-point lead for the Mustangs. McMurray got it knocked away. Williams has Davis in front. And out of bounds.
As a coach and as a fan of basketball, that's just beautiful basketball and offense right there. Guys willing and able to give it up to wide open teammates. Again, that is you can't ask for a better offensive possession than that by SMU.
Witt takes it in. They are back up 20. When their offense is working like this, it's going to be very tough to come back against one of the better defensive teams in the country. Even 3 men down, too. Think about it, with all the injuries. Williams, long 3. And it's just not what the Pirates need right now. That's not going to get them back in it. Agau. Again, McMurray. Same spot, he relocates for a moment. Shagwa is going to be called for. Fleming is back in.
There's your East Carolina, ECU. You don't need to start really shooting contested threes early in the shot clock. I'd like to see them try to get something going to the basket.
Well, here is Williams for 3. That's no good. Tipped around. Barkley had a hand on it for the moment. Gets it back, and it's going to be another. Then you can work it to the outside, get a better look.
Yeah, and right now, they're below 30% from the three-point line in the game, and that's not working for them right now. Credit SMU, they're out contesting, and then they're limiting them to one opportunity. They're not getting anything on the offensive glass. I'd say try to get yourself to the foul line or drive into the basket.
Agau. A spin by Fleming, and he is fouled. First 2 ever in ECU history. Tonight, Fleming's got 11 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, but picks up his 4th personal foul, and Agau has it.
To this SMU program, and he's everything that you want to coach. Unselfish, came to his coach as we see a player getting ejected.
And he said, hey, did what he had to do. Get back. He came off the bench tonight. And then now has been called for 2 technical fouls in a row for John at the official and has been tossed from this game. And make matters even worse for the Pirates tonight, and he does just that.
And, but off the court, teaching him life lessons, and certainly you don't want that to happen in a game. Hopefully that's something that he is going to learn from, but that not only obviously hurts yourself, but that hurts your team more importantly.
I mean, these are all the technical free throws from the 2 tees.
The momentum killer right there. And, really, again, just something that cannot happen at any point during the game.
Free throw shooting practice here for Ben Agau, and he's drained them all. It's 56-30. And Agau's got 14 points, 6 of 6 from the free throw line. Tyson pulls up over Landrum. There'll be a foul on.
Right now, SMU not making it easy for ECU. They're contesting every shot.
Williams on a miss for 3. And on the other side, it's been McMurray. You talked about it from the start tonight, Malcolm. And Jamal McMurray, who's kind of had to pick up the slack for the injured Shake Milton, he's really doing a nice job tonight.
And credit his teammates. They are finding him for some wide open looks, whether it's in the corner or him driving the ball to the basket. It is.
Mike Corey alongside former BC and Miami Heat guard Malcolm Huckabee here today from Greenville, North Carolina. The Pirates and the Mustangs. SMU's lost 6 of the last 7. The 1 win in that time versus ECU at home and a 25-point blowout win. They're doing the same thing again here tonight.
Yeah, it's been a complete team effort on both ends for SMU.
Shot clock winding down as Agau misses. Rebound KJ Davis. Now, last game SMU 2 of 15 from 3-point range. Tonight they've hit 9, Malcolm. And ECU conversely, that's what they do. And Davis gets the basket and a foul today. Cincinnati would be the #1 seed. Wichita State the 2. Now Wichita State just beat Cincinnati. They play again on March 4th, final day of the regular season. So keep that in mind. But that was a quick look at it right there. The brackets.
Yeah,
in Orlando.
Well, interesting, and obviously for SMU, the health of Shake Milton could be key to determine whether or not And obviously, they have to get past that first round game if we're in today, but certainly with a healthy Shake Milton, they got a puncher's chance to knock off anybody. And certainly Cincinnati will be keeping close wraps, an eye on that.
Tyson finds Fleming for three.
But still plenty of basketball to be played leading up to that point, so those numbers could change prior to the American tournament.
Akoy Agau. Good D by Spasievich that time. Long three, Tyson. Got it. That's 2 in a row by the Pirates. And we are down to an 18-point ball game halfway through the second half.
Well, just like that. Now let's see if they could sustain this and put together a couple of more defensive stops.
McMurray, that'll be on him, and they do cause a deflection. Good job by Tyson, finds Jackson, not to force it there. Now a three, and clanged that time by ECU.
Well, the energy obviously had picked up for ECU with their defense. And now let's see if SMU could.
It's a moving screen.
That's not a good foul in that situation.
Tyson, lazy pass over there, and intercepted by Douglas. And Tyson tried to take the charge. No blocking foul. We'll just go through the motions and walk through the rest of this one. We got a chance here still.
And if there's one thing you want to hang your hat on, Coach Perry, they're still continuing to play hard. So in this situation right now, guys not giving up on the game. And ECU has done that. They've continued to fight. I just think they need to, number one, get some stops defensively, but the turnovers, Mike, really have been plaguing them all night long.
That really has. 15 turnovers for ECU. Here's Davis for three. McMurray. Tipped up and in. Give that to Agau. Yep. Akoy Agau on the tip in, the senior.
They're just solid. He's been solid all night. Defensively, he's been the stopper back there, anchoring up that zone defense. He's taken some big charges. And then offensively, he's been on the offensive glass. And when he's had his opportunities, he has produced.
Fleming tips back in the Davis mess. But because it's such a sizable advantage for SMU, you ask for so much. Like, what are you going to get? 5 defensive stops in a row? I mean, you're asking for so much.
You really are, and I think obviously fatigue will come into play as well. And there's Agau again.
Davis on the block. Douglas blocked again by Davis. 2 in a row. Tyson. And he's going to be fouled by Douglas. Plays, sharing the ball better on the offensive end. But it's been spurts, and that's why we're still at a 20-point ball game.
Yeah, the consistency really has not been there. They've shown flashes.
And the leader all time right now in the American Athletic Conference in terms of scoring. As we have an 18-point ball game now, under 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, congrats to that young man. What a career it's been for him to be able to put up those type of numbers. It's just impressive.
Has his undergraduate degree, going to pay his own way his freshman year. The best scorer for this team. And trying to finish it off on a high note here as Amelagou gets it inside and a reverse layup by Agau. You mentioned it, Malcolm. He just continues, his outstanding game here tonight.
Yeah, the clinic continues. SMU, again, ball movement been on point, and they've just flat out executed everything that ECU has thrown at them. They have had an answer for, and Agau again has.
And Williams has been held in check tonight. And I look on the stat sheet for ECU. He's got it right now, but just 1 for 9 from the field. Not typically the night that he's used to, especially over the last 9 games where he's averaged over 20 points. Fleming sticks with it. Fleming's got 18 points to lead the way for the Pirates tonight.
He does a nice job on the offensive glass for an undersized guy. He does an excellent job on both ends, but that time showing it off on the offensive glass.
Amelagu was blocked, but got it back and got to Witt. Now Landrum with a floater. Tipped back up and in. No one boxed down Amelagu. Tyson right to the hole. We were told tonight before this game for SMU they're either going to try to score quickly, 6-7 seconds in the transition, or immediately up the floor, or they're going to back it out and try to use 20-25 seconds of the shot clock, which we've seen a lot here tonight.
Yeah, SMU has been very patient. They really just picked apart this ECU D, whether they played zone or man-to-man.
And it's frustrated this team as well. Amelagu's irritated this team as well. Amelagu's in and out with a shot. Top team in the American Athletic Conference is Cincinnati right now, and they were undefeated, but they've lost the last 2 now, so it's closed the gap between 1 and 2 with them, Wichita State, and Houston. Here's a look at Cincinnati's resume.
Yeah, you look at that right here. Obviously, still plenty of ball left to be played for all these teams, but certainly right now Cincinnati looking the right.
On a 3 seed right now after the last couple of defeats, but they will play Wichita State at the end of the regular season. That could decide the title and the number 1 seed in the tournament. Witt. How about Wichita State?
First year in the American, and right now looking at a 4 seed according to Joey Brackets. And I like the quotation "bad losses" right there. SMU and Temple. I think obviously with the injuries, SMU, you could call it that if you will, but the way they played tonight, I certainly wouldn't call it a bad loss. But again, both teams, Wichita State and Cincinnati, with chances to win the American Conference and boost that resume even more.
McMurray for 3. I thought very frustrating the other night for Temple, losing at home to Houston, a game that they needed to at least compete. They got blown out. You had to have it too if you really want to be in the conversation, for tournament time, because their resume, to be honest, doesn't look all that bad. And straight to schedule is number 2. Here's a look at Houston's resume, though. So they are battling for that top spot, and they have beaten Wichita State and Cincinnati.
Yeah, I just going back to my earlier point about the coaches and the quality coaches in the American Conference. Kelvin Sampson, another one, a guy that's been around as McMurray continues to put on a show from beyond the arc. But back to my point about the quality coaches in the American Conference, I'd put it up really up against any conference. You look at it, you got a couple of national championships. Dunleavy, former NBA Coach of the Year, coaching at Tulane, and you throw in all the other guys in there, Greg Marshall, Nick Cronin. It's really just an impressive list.
McMurray, see if he puts another one up. One on the screen. He's 6 of 9 from 3-point range tonight. Gotta give Witt a lot of credit, right? He battles for that ball every single time. That one taken away though by Davis. And Tyson is fouled by Witt coming up the floor, and it'll take us to our under 4 timeout. 3:01 left in the contest. All SMU tonight.
American Player of the Year by not being a great player, and he is that. He's a guy that's a difference maker. They're a completely different team, SMU, with him out.
Junior from Oklahoma went out versus ECU in their first meeting back at home at the end of January. So has not played this entire month. And it has certainly been a struggle, that's for sure. They beat ECU big, 25-point win, and then they've lost the last 5 straight. But that's going to change here tonight. We're just 2:45 away. That's the other thing too, Malcolm, is that when they've used the shot clock, they've been able to convert most of the time as of late as Fleming battles forward right, using most of that clock.
Yeah, they have. They've been patient all night. And, again, going back to the execution, I think the biggest thing with SMU, their unselfishness. They've had all guys get involved, and really that's, a testament of them all sharing.
Coaching them up here throughout. They have been battling. That's the thing. You mentioned it about practice, not even having enough guys to get out there. They've had to use managers and trainers to, help run the opponent's stuff.
Well, I was joking with him before the game. I don't think he was joking when I said, look, if my knees weren't so bad, coach, or my ankle, I'd get out there and give you some practice minutes. And I think he might take me up on that. It's just been a struggle for them.
No, I agree.
Certainly tonight, he has to be pleased with how this group and unit out on the court has executed.
Backcourt foul.
And, look, if you're ECU and the coaching staff, that's what you want to see. And, that's what their leader, B.J. Tyson, that's what he brings to the table. We talked about the career he's had. Right now, the all-time leader in points in the American Conference. And still out there getting after it on the defensive end.
ECU is a shooting team. We know that. That's what they do. They put up shots from the outside. Tonight they're only hitting at 28% from three-point range. 8 of 28, 34% for the game. And they have 15 assists on their 19 made baskets, but 19's not going to be enough here tonight the way that SMU's been scoring the balls. Tyson fouls if Milton's able to come back for the American Athletic Conference tournament.
Yeah, it will. And again, that's the beauty of March Madness. All it takes is the country. You put him back in the lineup, and you're going to have a shot.
You know why this team also has a shot, too, is because of their team. The numbers on SMU, 3rd in the American, 8th nationally in scoring defense, giving up just 63 points a ball game. Melagoo leads with 16 points, with 13. 5 players double figures in scoring for the Mustangs tonight. Kind of beat ECU at their own game from the outside. They shot 55% from three-point range.
Yeah, and this was really won by the execution on the offensive side by SMU. Really, they didn't give ECU any chances to get out in transition and run because they were executing on the offensive side. They were just getting makes.
Three-pointer Shagwa, rebound Williams. Half a minute to go. It was a 43-30 ball game early in the second half in favor of SMU. ECU had the ball, but then they turned it over, gave up a quick shot. Next thing you knew, the lead was up to 20. That was the difference in the ball game right there at that point.
It really was, and credit Coach Stankiewicz and staff. Really short-handed the zone. The zone was really impactful and effective tonight against ECU.
Mustangs needed it. They lost 5 in a row. And